Have you ever thought about what jutsu you would have or what jutsu you would focus on if you were in the Naruto world? Because, I've thought about it every once in a while, and to be honest, I don't think I have a good answer, at all. Hello everybody, this is That Manga Dude, and welcome to a good old-fashioned manga haul pickups video. Bada bing, bada boom. We are officially entering into March, or I guess it is March already, but we are talking about the beautiful February 2024 manga pickups. Yeah, I got a lot of remarkable stuff this past month. A lot of great stuff, a lot of great publishers across the board. Can't wait to talk about them. There's honestly a lot. So this is going to be a fun video. Let's get started right now. Woo! Alright, so if you've never watched a manga haul video from me before, the way this usually goes about is the first grouping, whatever you want to call it, is going to be the publishers that I didn't get a lot from, or the defunct publishers, publishers who are no longer around. So, first up, the first manga I'm going to be picking up and showing you today is Canis, Dear Mr. Rain. So this is from Zack and is published by Kuma, which I believe is a Denpa imprint. But yeah, this is a BL series focusing on a hat maker and this random person that he meets one day in the rain. So I believe this is the prequel to so it's a prequel to the main series. There's 2 volumes, I believe, for Canis, Dear Mr. Hatter. So this is Dear Mr. Rain. Yeah, really interested to get this. This is still wrapped, so I haven't obviously not read it yet, but I will be reading it probably soon. Alright, up next from One Piece Books, I picked up Usatoki Rhetoric Volume 5 from Ritsu Miyako, and yeah, man, these volumes are coming out faster than I expected, and they are kind of hard to find, not gonna lie. I tend to only find them at Kinokuniya. I haven't been able to find them really at any local Barnes & Noble, but really happy to have this. It's a really fun mystery series that I've been enjoying. I just love mystery, so yeah, it's been a good time, and I can't wait to read this one as well. Alright, up next from Dark Horse, I picked up Gunsmith Cats Kidnapped from Kenichi Sonoda, and this is the last one that I needed for the original, or not original, but the collected editions of the older print that Dark Horse did. So really excited to get this. I now have, I think it's 9 volumes total, so really super awesome. Obviously, I still need to collect Gunsmith Cats Extend, I think is what it's called, or the sequel. But Gunsmith Cats is so much fun, but following Riley Vincent and her friend, which I can't remember her name, May or something like that. Minnie May, that's her name. So basically she owns a gun store / really loves cars. So if you like cars, guns, violence, and just driving around, this is a really cool manga. I've read the first couple of volumes. I've been really enjoying it, so really happy to have this so I could finally read the entire series and be able to reread it whenever I can. Alright, up next, I picked up Denpa's The Girl with the Sanpaku Eyes Volume 1 from Shinsuke Sarato. I don't know much about this. I just thought it was really cool. I like that it's a full-color manga, and I've been really enjoying rom-coms, which this appears to be. So, yeah, can't wait to get can't wait to go read it and check it out, see what all the hubbub is about. Alright, up next from Comics One. So this is a defunct publisher. This is Red Prowling Devils Volumes 5 and 6 from Toshimitsu Shimizu, which, if you don't remember this series, I picked up the first 4 volumes a very long time ago at this point. I think it was sometime last year, maybe 6 or 7 months ago, don't really remember. But yeah, I got the first couple volumes and I was like, oh, no one's gonna buy these up, I'll just pick them up later. And lo and behold, I was extremely wrong and someone had picked up. So come February, I go to a different store and there they are. All the volumes, or some of the volumes that I needed, so I got 5 and 6. It's pretty fun, action series. Follows the story about this girl here on the front, who's this pilot who flies the Red Prowling Devil, which is this jet plane here, and she's a fantastic pilot. But yeah, that's about as much as I could tell you, because there's not a lot to the story per se. There's some stuff here and there about the relationship she has with this guy, and various other relationships that she develops with other people. But yeah, it's a cool little action series, very old, very much relies on older tropes, but that's okay. I'm enjoying it still. Alright, coming in from Tokyo Pop, I picked up the 2nd volume of Mink from Megumi Tachikawa, which I believe is supposed to be kind of it's not really a magical girl series, but basically a story about this girl here, Mink on the front, who can who comes across this program basically that allows her to become this other person, and lo and behold, she becomes this other character, and that character is like now a famous like singing idol. So it's about her double life living. It's pretty interesting. I don't know, the art's cute and stuff, and it's cool to have the second volume. Also from Tokyo Pop, I got this actually online from Half Price Books because they currently have like some discounts if you got them from in-store. But that is Sergeant Frog Volume 17 from Mine Yoshizaki. This is a series that I've been collecting for an extremely long time. It was probably within the first like 25 to 50 series that I started collecting, funny enough. And yeah, it's not in like the best condition, so that's kind of unfortunate, but it's cool to have. I've kind of been off on Sergeant Frog, but basically what the story is it's about Sergeant Kuroro here. He's like this frog-looking alien who comes to Earth in order to take it over. But lo and behold, he is very incompetent. But basically tries to find his team, and they are going to try to take over the world with their many different plots that do not work. And yeah, it's a fine series. It's kind of funny. The art's pretty simple and nice. So yeah, take that as you will. Alright, coming into some of the bigger publishers, or some of the publishers I got a little bit more from. First up, we have Square Enix. So I got The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses Volume 8 from Koumi Fujichika, which is funny because I just picked up Volume 7 in January, so already getting the next volume. But yeah, this is just a cute little rom-com series, nothing too special about it. The main character is kind of quirky and weird, but to be expected for like a junior high kid, to be fair. But overall, I don't know, I just kind of like it. It's a nice, like, a simple, fun read. A good breakup from all of, like, the crazy action series that I tend to read pretty often. So, yeah, cool to have this. Can't wait to read it. Alright, up next, I picked up the volume Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You, Volume 1 from Janushi. I've already talked about this in the FEI, and I will talk more about it in the reading log. But yeah, really love this. Follows the story about this guy here on the front who is an overworked salesman, and he finds like solace in this girl, a cashier at the supermarket. But one day, she's not there, so he's all sad and depressed, and as he's starting to walk away, a girl from behind the supermarket's like, hey, come back here, come smoke with me. And yeah, it's about their relationship developing together, and who could she be? She's mysterious, but not really. So yeah, can't wait to talk more about it in the reading log. If you want my full opinions, go check out the FEI for February, because yeah, I talk about the series quite a bit. Alright, coming in from Vertical. So I picked up 2 volumes of this awesome series. This is Ajin. This is volumes 5 and 6. So Ajin Demi-Human from Gamon Sakurai. This is a really flippin' cool series. I've been really getting into it. Love the action. It's super exciting. The story's interesting. The villain is fantastic. Ooh, he's creepy and kind of like... you don't really root for him, but you kind of understand his point. But yeah, overall, this is a really cool, dark series if you want something that's a little gritty, very action-packed, very gory, and tackles some pretty interesting themes. I would say give this a shot. It's pretty cool. Can't wait to read these ones as well. Alright, up next, I picked up the first volume of Card Fight Vanguard from Akira Ito. So if you don't know, I am a big fan of, like, card games. I'm a big fan of just, like, games, manga in general. So, like, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm pretty sure some people will know that, even though I don't really talk about it too much on this channel because I don't really read it too much. That's because I've already read Yu-Gi-Oh! Quite a bit. But, yeah, I do love, like, my card games. I love, like, game manga in general. So, really wanted to get this series because I've played Vanguard once and thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty interesting. I love the artwork a lot. So, hopefully the manga is pretty interesting. And, yeah, can't wait to get into this first volume soon. Alright, coming in from 7 Seas, I picked up the first volume of The Tree of Death, Yomotsuhegi from Masasumi Kakizaki, who is the same mangaka behind Rainbow, which is a series that I've been super interested in, but has never been published in English, probably for good reason, because it just has a lot of like things that the US tends to not want to talk about or print. But anyways, this series is its own thing. The Tree of Death basically is like this series where like people can get implanted with this seed and are suddenly immortal for the most part. And yeah, follows the story about this dude on the front who happens to get one of those things. So yeah, the first volume is pretty chunky, to be fair. I think it's only 3 volumes as well. The art looks really cool. So yeah, can't wait to talk about this in the reading log because I have already checked this out. All right, coming up next, I picked up the third volume, and I also read it, but I won't talk about about it too much. But I picked up the third volume of My Girlfriend's Child from Mamoru Aoi. I love this series. The series is really fantastic. Follows a story about this girl here on the front who learns that she has become pregnant with her high school boyfriend, and it's about their struggles of this, developing how their families react, how the people around them react, how they're dealing with all of this, whether they want to get, the A word, which I'll throw up on screen here, and various other things that you would expect from a high school couple. But I think it's done with such beautiful nuance. There's a lot of just really smart storytelling and writing. A lot of the characters are extremely believable. It's really interesting to see the different point of views from everybody, from her brother to her mom to the boyfriend's mom and all the other characters. Yeah, it's a really interesting series, and I'm really happy to have the third volume, and can't wait to talk about it more in the reading log. Alright, up next, I picked up the 7th volume of Candy and Cigarettes from Tomonori Inoue. This has been a series that I have been thoroughly enjoying. It's one of my favorite action series coming out right now. I just really like it. It's fun, it's ridiculous, and kind of grounded in reality in a way, but I do very much enjoy it. I think the series is a ton of fun. Happy to have the 7th volume already. Alright, coming up next, I picked up the first volume of The Ancient Magus Bride from Korei Yamazaki. I actually picked this up because it was pretty cheap where I bought it from, and I remember somebody suggested that I check it out, and definitely going to have to read it and see how I feel about it. This is a series that I've been kind of reluctant to read, mostly because it's pretty long, and it didn't really look like it's my thing, but because it was so cheap, I decided to give it a shot and see if I like it or not. And it will probably be in one of those, manga suggested to me videos, so yeah, look out for that when I decide to read this. Alright, let's get into the bigger publishers that I got a lot more manga from. So, first off, we're starting with Yen Press. There is a lot. So, I picked up the 3rd volume of Laid Back Camp from Afro. Really happy to have this. I've been really enjoying the series, not gonna lie. I just love the slice of lifeness of it. I like the backgrounds a lot. I think the backgrounds are really fantastically drawn. And I just love how simple and cozy it feels. So it's just a nice little simple read, and happy to have the 3rd volume now. Alright, up next, I picked up Touring After the Apocalypse from Sakae Saito. This is volume 4. I've been on the hunt for this one for a while now, and I'm glad to finally have it in fairly good condition. This is a really cool sci-fi, mystery series, also kind of like a slice of life adventure. It's pretty fun, follows the story of these two girls who are traveling around, following her sister's, app profile, basically, of all these places that she visited before the apocalypse. So she's kind of visiting them in order to kind of see what her sister was up to. It's just fun, it's entertaining, but there's also this kind of weird mystery that's going on that I'm really interested to see if they're going to answer it. So really happy to have this volume and can't wait for the next one. Up next, I picked up the 6th volume of Kowloon Generic Romance. Oh, this is Jun Miyazuki. I absolutely love this series. I've talked about it to death already. It has been on multiple awards. It won multiple awards in 2022 when it first came out. And yeah, it definitely deserving of that. I'm really liking where this story is going, and I'm really happy to have the 6th volume. The sci-fi stuff is crazy. The mystery is still intense and kind of confusing, and I kind of love it. So yeah, really excited to get into this one and check it out. Alright, up next, I picked up the 2nd volume of Girls Last Tour from Tsukumizu, I think is how you pronounce it. I read the 1st volume recently, and I did very much enjoy it, so I wanted to get the 2nd volume, so I picked this up from Half Price Books as well. And I love these covers as well. These covers are really well drawn. They really pop on the wall, pop on the bookcase, and they also pop on the front cover and the back cover. So yeah, really nice, really fun, post-apocalyptic slice of life kind of story. Another cozy one, but in a different kind of way. It's a little somber, but also just very interesting. I just very much enjoy it. Alright, up next, I finally picked it up. I picked up the 1st volume of Delicious in Dungeon, also known to a lot of people as Dungeon Meshi, from Ryoko Kui. So yeah, really happy to finally have this. I am so slow in terms of picking up certain really popular series. This one specifically, I've been wanting to get. I've just been kind of slow at it, to be fair. That's on me, not really on anybody else. So but finally happy to have it and see what everyone is so hyped up about, because this cover looks great, and yeah, definitely interested to check it out. All right, last but not least, from Yen Press, I picked up the 5th and last volume of Emma. This is from Kei Rumori. I have talked about the series quite a bit recently just because I've been picking up the volumes pretty steadily and love this series. It follows a story about a maid named Emma who lives in like Victorian England. But spoiler alert, she's not on the front cover on this one because these are all side stories, funny enough. Volume 4 is actually where the main series ends, so everything else after that is all side stories. So I'm really, really excited to check it out. I believe it follows the various other characters throughout the series. Yeah, really, really hyped and really excited to check it out. This volume is chunky, and I'm glad I finally finished off Emma. Alright, going into Kodansha, so we have ourselves the 3rd volume of the Darwin Incident from Shun Umezawa, and I have to say it, monkey. Yeah, this series is absolutely wacky and weird and crazy and intense and strange. It is definitely something, is the best way to put it, but it sure is a fun time, so happy to have it, and definitely will be reading it soon. Alright, up next, I decided to pick up this. This is Nude Model and Other Stories from Tsubasa Yamaguchi, who, if you don't know by the name, is the mangaka behind Blue Period, which is a series that I absolutely adore. That we unfortunately have not gotten a volume in a long time. But this is a short story collection from Tsubasa Yamaguchi, showing off more of like an erotic side to her like work. And yeah, genuinely really interesting. I don't know much else about it. It has a really cool cover. I love this cover a lot. I also just love like I kind of love like the whole entire print for this. It's got like this nice kind of like rugged feel. I don't know what this like texture is, but it's kind of like a like almost sandpapery, but like not like rugged or it won't cut you up. At least I hope it wouldn't. But yeah, really excited to get into this. This looks very fascinating, and yeah, that's about as much as I can say about it. Alright, up next, I picked up the 2nd volume of Virgin Love from Tina Yamashina. Yeah, I really enjoyed the 1st volume. I thought it was a really fun kind of like rom-com series. A little bit of drama in there too. Yeah, basically follows a story about this girl who's like got it all together except for her love life. She's never really dated anyone. She's still a virgin, as the name suggests. So she moves into like this kind of commune where they're kind of experimenting to see what would happen if these 6 people live together and will sparks fly. So yeah, very interesting to read and check out. The 1st volume is great. Can't wait to see what's in volume 2. Alright, up next, I picked up the 1st volume of The Blue Wolves of Mibu from Tsuyoshi Yasuda. Yeah, I don't know much about this, but it does have a pretty cool cover. I like the front, and it's from the creator of Days, which I want to say Days is like that soccer series, but I don't really know, to be fair, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, this looks really cool. I saw, what was his name? It might have been Manga Alerts, it might have been someone else, but someone was like really hyped up about this series, said it's fantastic, so can't wait to check it out and see what all the hubbub is about. Alright, up next, I picked up the 1st volume of Gazing at the Star Next Door from Amitsu. This is a series that was really interesting. I like the cover for the most part, and I did talk crap on the spine because I just find it to be really boring. But yeah, I talked about this in the FEI, and I will talk about this in the reading log, so if you want more content or more information about that, you should go check that out. Excuse me. Ooh, man, wowee, I just got like a weird amount of phlegm just built up in my throat. I picked up the 8th volume of Wand Dance from Coffee. I am so happy to have this. I love this series. I've talked about it to death on this channel. But yeah, Wand Dance, if you don't know, it follows a story about this dude who has a massive stutter, kind of struggles to talk to people. So he finds like this dancer whose name is Wanda, and he starts to get into dancing, and he finds it as a way to express himself without having to speak. And yeah, it's just an absolutely gorgeous series. I love the movement. I love the dancing. It's done really well. It's very exciting. It's very unique too. It's kind of hard to see, like, but that you could tell that Coffee really spent the time to like learn all about dance. Really loves dance too. This is obviously specifically about hip hop dancing, or kind of like choreography and stuff like that. It's not really like ballroom dancing or tango stuff like that, or at least not yet. Maybe that will happen. But yeah, this is a really, really flippin' cool series. I'm so happy to have the 8th volume. This is going to be amazing. And last but not least, I picked up Magic Knight Rayarth Part 1, Book 2 from Clamp, featuring the water girl, who I think is Umi is her name, I want to say. Yeah, but this series has been really great. I really enjoyed the first volume. Didn't know what I was to expect, but I am now a huge Clamp fan, as you will see later in this video. But really happy to have this. This is actually a really cool release, and I've been really enjoying the release. Looks really nice, to be fair. So, yeah, can't wait to get into this one and talk about it soon. And now here we go into the Viz Media section. So this is the section that's usually the longest because I have the most from Viz Media. So first up, from Viz Kids, I picked up the first volume of Dinosaur King from Yohei Sakai. And oh, it does have the card in it. Oh, that's so funny. Sorry, I just read that there was a collectible card inside. I was kind of curious if there was in there, and it looks like it is, so that's actually hilarious. But anyways, I don't know much about Dinosaur King. I know it's like got an anime, if I remember correctly, and I believe it also has a video game. Oh, you can see it on CW Kids. Ooh. Yeah, but I'm always a big fan of collecting these really random, kind of like obscure-ish series. I don't see a lot of people talking about Viz Kids manga in general. I think it's a very funny kind of like imprint. I know there is stuff under the Viz Kids imprint, and I do have a couple of them here and there. But this one looked fascinating, and it was in extremely good condition. So yeah, I had to pick it up. We'll definitely be reading this soon-ish, and we'll see if I like it, and let's see if I'm actually the target demographic for this. Up next, from the Viz Signature line, this is Heart Gear Volume 3 from Tsuyoshi Takaki. I've been absolutely loving this series. I think the series is so flippin' cool. Sci-fi action series, got some absolutely gorgeous action across the board. Really cool robot designs. Really flippin' cool. I really enjoy it. If you like this series, it's the same mangaka behind Black Torch. So if you haven't read that series, you should definitely go check that one out as well. This one is super cool. Has my seal of approval. Definitely worth picking up. Alright, up next, this is from, okay, this one's really interesting. So this is from the Viz Spectrum line. So this is something that Viz had way back in the day before I was born. So in the early 90s, I believe it was like 91 or 92. Let me verify really quick. I think it says it in here somewhere. But they released, I think, 3 volumes under this specific line, Viz Spectrum. So this is... According to this is from 1990, excuse me, so even older than I expected. Yeah, this is a very old manga. I won't say it's one of the first, but it is definitely like one of the precursors to what we would eventually become one of the largest manga companies in the world, for the US at least, Viz Media, and that is going to be this from Viz Spectrum Editions. This is Shion from Yu Kinutani. So this is Blade of the Minstrel. Yeah, this is a very interesting release, and it's cool how I picked this up, I guess. I picked it up from a local bookstore. They just kind of had it there, and it was like $10 or something like that, and I was like, sure, why not? I don't know what this is about, but it definitely says Viz, and there is like almost no information about this online. There's like a Reddit thread here and there. I actually got more information from somebody who follows me, and then I follow them on Twitter. They told me about it, but yeah, I think there's like 3 specific series that are under this Viz Spectrum edition, and it's just really cool. Like, look at this thing. This thing is so well made. Has a really cool like page in here. I guess it's kind of hard to see, but like, the art is absolutely gorgeous, so beautiful, so detailed. This is a really interesting release. This is so flippin' cool. And I just like I said before with Dinosaur King, I just like collecting obscure stuff, and this is like probably one of the most obscure things that I own. So really happy to have this. Absolutely love this like gold on the front. I don't know. As you can tell, I'm really hyped up about this. I haven't read this just yet, but definitely very excited to read it in the near future. Alright, up next, so this is the shoujo stuff, or the Shojo Beat line. So, coming up first, we have Full Moon O Sakashite from Arina Tanemura. This is volumes 4 and 5. So happy to continue this series, and I know I'm getting kind of close to the end of it. I think there's only 3 or 4 more volumes left to collect, but they are very hard to find, and I'm really happy to have found these in pretty dang good condition, and for below retail, so super awesome to have these. Really cute series about this girl, a really cute but also kind of like somber series, following this girl here who has like a throat cancer, I believe is what it is. There's some kind of like some kind of cancer in a way that is affecting her, and she's going to pass away soon. But she's visited by some shikigami who basically promise her to give her like a singing voice to allow her to fulfill her last final dreams before she officially moves on with life. So she turns into this character, and yeah, so now she also lives a double life. So a little bit different from Mink. Same kind of idea though, kind of funny in that aspect, but this one is obviously a lot more chilling, a lot more sad and somber, but also has a lot of really hopeful moments. Absolutely beautiful series. I love it a lot. I've read only the first couple volumes because I don't have that many volumes, but now I have more, so I can't wait to keep reading it. Alright, up next, I picked up the 5th volume of My Special One from Momoko Koda. Yeah, just a cute little series, an idol series about this girl who promises that she'll never fall in love, blah, 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 until she meets this idol who starts visiting the restaurant that her family owns, and they start a budding relationship together. And yeah, it's just cute, it's adorable, cool to have the 5th volume, and I'll keep reading it soon. Alright, up next, this is what I was talking about when I was talking about my love for Clamp. I picked up the next 4 volumes of X 1999 that I needed. So this is volumes 2 through 5. We have Overture, we have Sonata, we have Intermezzo, and we have Serenade. Yeah, this is a really cool, like, I want to say it's like an Exorcist kind of like demon series. Very interesting first volume. I have read it recently, so I will definitely be reading more. But really cool to have these kind of like original weird prints. I do find these to be extremely charming to read these from left to right. Left to right. Yes, I do know my lefts from rights. I forget it sometimes. I don't know why. Anyways, really happy to have these, and they're in good condition. Okay. Coming into the Shonen Jump / Shonen line for Viz Media, so we are almost done. Coming up first, we have the 25th volume of Twin Star Exorcist from Yoshiaki Sukeno. Super happy to have this. I'm definitely going to continue reading this series. Love this series. I've talked about it to death on this channel. Really fun, just like Exorcist action series, following the story of Benio and why am I blanking on the main character's name? Rokuro. And yeah, it's about their budding relationship as the Twin Star Exorcists. Not to suggest that they are twins, they are not. But they are to be married and have the prophesized child in order to defeat basically the demons of this world. And yeah, it's really cool. It's a really fun series. I think the character designs are solid. I love like the action a lot. And yeah, can't wait to keep reading this series. Coming up next, I picked up the 3rd volume of Mega Man NT Warrior from Ryo Takamisaki, and yeah, I've been managing to find these volumes faster than I expected, to be fair, mostly because the series is out of print, and I don't really see it that often, but recently I've picked up obviously a couple volumes here and there, so super cool to have this. Cannot wait to keep reading the series. I have read the 1st volume as of a couple days ago, so I will be talking about it in the reading log, and yeah, I just think it's cool. Yeah, this follows the story of the NT Warrior like series, also known as Battle Network, I believe is what it's called, the video game series. So yeah, that's about as much as I could tell you about it. Alright, up next, this is an early release, but I picked up Black Clover Volume 34 from Yuki Tabata. Super happy to have this. I love this series. I've talked about it to death as well. I talk about a lot of series on here to death, but that's just because that's what happens when you read ongoing series and you do pickups and you do reading logs. You're going to be talking about series often, and this is one of them. Black Clover is really cool. I think it gets a lot of flack for no reason at all, and you should definitely give it a shot if you like action shonen series. Alright, up next, I managed to pick up the iconic Blue Box Volume 9 from Koichi Miura. Wow, I am struggling. This is Volume 9, and I said it's iconic because this is the volume that Me and Roboco, or whatever it's called, did a parody of for its own series. Yeah, I'll flash it on screen right now. It's pretty funny. But yeah, really happy to have this. This is a really enjoyable romance series. I won't even say it's a sports series. It has sports elements in it. Sports is in the backdrop, but the main thing is the rom-com. So yeah, I've been really enjoying the series and can't wait to read more. Alright, up next, I picked up the 6th volume of Masakazu Katsuda's Eyes Is. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've never figured it out. But yeah, this is another rom-com series, shonen series, by the same mangaka behind Video Girl AI. Yeah, really happy to have this. Been really enjoying this series, to be fair. But yeah, can't wait to keep reading it. I love the art quite a bit. Alright, up next, I managed to pick up the 4th volume of Akane Banashi from Yuki Suenaga and Takamasa Moe. I love this series. I will not shut up about the series because it is fantastic, and you should definitely go pick it up right now. Great Rakugo series if you want a fantastic female lead in a shonen series with some great side characters, fantastic story, beautiful writing, and just overall good art. I think you should definitely give this a shot. Alright, up next, I picked up the 6th volume of Strawberry 100% from Mizuki Kawashita, the series that I said I wasn't going to pick up anymore, out of order, but lo and behold, I picked it up out of order. So, yeah, happy to have this. Basically follows a story about this, this cinephile who just loves movies, and after he gets flashed by a girl with strawberry panties, he decides that he wants to make a movie with her, but he doesn't know who that was, so he has to go and figure it out. It's such a stupid premise, but the first volume was actually very much enjoyable, so I will definitely continue to read this series. Alright, up next, I picked up Inu Pasta. This is volumes 8 and 9. I put these in the wrong order. From Rumiko Takahashi. This is the older print, so that means it is the, once again, the left to right print. It's very strange, very goofy. I love this series a lot. Rumiko Takahashi, if you don't know, is the manga behind the variety of fantastic series like Ranma 1/2, My Son Koku, Mao, Renee, there's a lot. Urusei Yatsura. I'm sorry, I know someone would get mad if I didn't mention that series. Excuse me, I'm getting burps now. But yeah, really happy to have this series. Follow story once again of Inuyasha, who is a fox demon dude who's trying to collect pieces of the Shikon jewel, which allow him to become an all-powerful demon, with the help of Kagome, who is not a remnant, a descendant of a former lover of Inuyasha. So, very interesting premise for the most part. The action is fun, the comedy is great, typical Rumiko Takahashi fashion. Yeah, can't wait to keep reading it. Alright, up next, I picked up the 1st volume of I Want to End This Love Game from Yuki Demoto, which is one of the series that I did talk about in my good old-fashioned FEI, and I will be talking more about it in the reading log. But yeah, this is a rom-com series, and it's kind of wacky, it's kind of goofy. That's about as much as I'll say right now. And last but not least, the last volume I will be talking about in this wonderful reading log, we have ourselves Furiren Beyond Journey's End, Volume 10 from Kanehito Yamada and Tsukasa Abe. I'm so happy we finally have this volume. It feels like forever since we got Volume 9, and we were left on a massive cliffhanger, and yeah, really excited to get into this. Furiren is probably my favorite fantasy series to date. I might have to rethink about that, but I really love this series. I think it's really cool to see what happens after the adventure ends. Because, you know, we have a lot of them and they're just like, oh, we gotta go kill the Demon King, or oh, we gotta go kill this massive dragon. But this is like the girl after she has officially finished her journey, her original journey, and now she's on a new one. So, overall, a really cool series. Really happy to have this volume. This has got a gorgeous cover as well, just as like a note. But yeah, that is going to be it for this manga haul of February 2024. Did you guys pick up anything in February 2024 or anything recently if you haven't been, or if you're not watching this when it comes out? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know what you are picking up, or if you are picking up anything that you saw here. Have you read any of the volumes or series that I picked up? Let me know in the comments below as well. I'd love to know what you guys are reading, what you guys are picking up, because it adds to my list, my ongoing growing list of what I should be reading as well. So thank you for watching this video. You know what to do. You can like, you can comment, you can subscribe. Those are all amazing things. You can also join the membership as well. You can get these videos early by a couple of days if you want to check these out early. Any support is awesome. You don't even have to, really. I'm just saying it's really cool. It's there if you want it. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.